Cool. So now I'm just going to introduce the yoga swing to you. So everyone wants to stand in back of the yoga swing for a second. We're going to notice that first of all, these swings are really stretchy and they're really comfortable. They're made of this awesome kind of like cotton spandex blend. And they expand, so you can actually get in them like a little cocoon. Okay, so they're super comfy. We'll have lots of playtime with them. They each come with 2 handholds. Mine are purple just to distinguish between you guys. We're checking the equipment right now. Before we start any class, when we're going over with everyone, we have everybody follow us and mimic what we're doing. We're actually making sure that the equipment is hung up correctly. And this is the most important thing about starting the practice. So you'll see they're hung up with daisy chains. I actually have super long daisy chains because of this awesome space. And we kind of got creative with it. But every set of daisy chains comes with the full swing set. And then from there, we can adjust the height of the leg loops. We each have 2 leg loops. Okay? So that makes up all of the pieces. They're climbing carabiners that I use. So they're really great carabiners, nice and strong. Everything is weighted for 500 pounds. Okay? Obviously, if one person who's 500 pounds stands in one leg loop, that is not going to work out very nicely. The entire swing set is weighted for 500 pounds. So I would not personally put more than 100 pounds of weight unsupported in the leg loops. So sometimes when people are standing in these and it doesn't feel quite right, I'll say, so don't stand in the leg loops without using the swing. I'll show you what I mean, just to give you a little visual. So if we're utilizing the leg loops, like so, I can kind of pull myself up and do this, but I have the swing behind me, just in case. So that's what I mean by don't just use the leg loops by themselves and stand, which I do a lot of events and festivals and people do crazy things. There'll be like 5 people in the swing, you know. So many, one at a time. There'll always be like a lovely little couple who wants to do some romping around in the swing, and I always just say they're weighted for 500, but I would like 1 person at a time in the swing. People like to hang out and cuddle in here and whatnot. They are very comfortable, I understand, but yeah, 1 at a time. If they're children, you can have 2 children. The children's loves playing in the leg loops. They usually run up and just go crazy. I've also worked with, the dog go outside soon. I've also worked with women who are in their 80s. So really, the aerial yoga is designed, he knows exactly where the camera is. The aerial yoga is designed for any age, any level of experience, any body shape. We really welcome everyone to really give it a try. And when I show you the different positions, the different sequences, the different routines, you'll really understand why I've designed it the way I do. It can be incredibly fun and showy and acrobatic and dynamic. I do performances and things like that. But that's not really why I created the aerial yoga. I created it for support and back bends and inversions. So that's what we want to do first. We're going to start to explore, and we're all going to do this together. There will be a break at about 1:30. We're going to go for another hour since we're just jumping in. Is everyone good? Okay. Well, if you need to, like I said, do something, take a pause. So we're putting the swing behind our backs. We're going to learn the anchor points. The hooks are the anchor points. They're similar. So the swing is behind the back, right behind the heart. We're also testing the equipment to see if it's at the right height for you. And we will adjust it to make sure that you're completely happy. So from this place, I usually put my hands in the leg loops, so now I'm like a little marionette. And then I'm going to sit straight down. So, like I said, first anchor point is underneath the arms. We always keep our arms on the outside with the elbows bending down. So pull on your leg loops a little bit, yes. Now notice when you pull on your leg loops, so we're sitting straight down like we're in a chair, Jason. Awesome. Cool. We're letting all of our weight hang. And now we start to feel the spine tractioning out of the pelvis. And that should start to feel really, really good. Because if you do a little bit wider if you like, and press from one side to another, we're just getting familiar with how the swing can support us. I like these round mats that I just found because they really do represent the spiraling and the spherical nature that have plenty of room, since it's a nice intimate group, but I also want us to be mindful of our friends. So just notice that there might be someone beside you, or in front of you, or in back of you, or whatever, and we're just going to be really inviting and sharing in this space with one another, especially when we get limbs flying, okay? But for now, we're just feeling into that spiraling and that circling. So whenever we sway from side to side, I usually call it swagger. So a lot of these names are kind of from dance moves and everything like that. So you'll notice that your arms might be falling asleep a little bit. If that happens, it means you need to lean back more. So practice just straightening your legs and leaning back. Notice how it takes the pressure off the underarms, right? So that is one of the ways that you can get more blood and circulation into the arms, is just leaning back, right? Now when you come back to sitting, notice there's a big difference between the shoulders that are up to the ears. And when we engage our lats, and we have an arch and a slight back bend, much better. Get straight down like you're sitting. There we go. Cool. So from here, we're going to straighten our legs straight out in front of us, and we're going to do a few undulations. So let's hold on to the leg loops for now. We're going to swing our arms back and overhead, coming into prayer hands, looking up. And then when we exhale, we're going to bring our arms out like wings and just sit straight down. Awesome. Inhale, lift the hips, arch. Press up, lean back. Exhale, sit back. Good. So see if you can keep your legs straight the entire time. Just lift the hips. Beautiful. And exhale. So this anyone can do, right? So this would be beginners. We're going to get a little bit more fancy and advanced, but I'm really, like I said, more interested in focusing on the therapeutics. And I want you guys who have injuries to ask me questions when we come across something and you feel like it would be really helpful or useful to make some variations. Exhale back down. More, do you want the music back on for a little bit? Thanks. Inhaling. And exhale. Beautiful. So when we're sitting here, we're going to actually let go of the leg loops and do the same movement, but a little bit larger. Inhaling, reach back and up, over the head. You can also clasp your hands behind your head if you have any sort of neck tension or issue. And just let yourself sway from side to side a little bit. So swing is behind the heart, right? Elbows are out to the side, or straight arms, fingers over the head. And then when we exhale, we drop the hips, we sit down, and we come to namaste. So notice I'm going to squeeze here. So now we're really engaging our chest as we sit down. Inhaling, release the arms out like we're swimming through water. Nice. Exhale, sit back. So this would be equivalent to our salutation, right? This is how we're translating. These are the 12 yoga translations. Inhaling back. Now stay here again and sway a little bit from side to side, keeping the hips lifted. Just noticing how the arms can have some freedom and mobility. Or clasp the fingers behind the head. For anybody who has shoulder issues or neck issues, when we clasp the hands behind the head, it's one of the chilaxin sequences, which we do a lot. Awesome. And then sit back down. It's beautiful. So we're going to test out our leg loops before we go forward. We're going to still keep doing some squats and lunges and whatnot, but I want us to all to grab one leg loop with both hands, pull it down enough so you can put it behind your knee to begin. Okay, and now notice, we're going to lift. We're going to be basically floating in space for a second. So let yourself float after you get that one in. There you go. And then lift and put the other knee. Some people really have trouble with that little bit of floating, so you just take them slowly through it. Let's turn off all the phones, okay? Cool. So you have to really pull that leg loop down and get the leg in there. There you go. So the leg loops are adjustable. So we're going to drop our hips straight down and see where we're at. So you're good, you're good. I'm going to lower yours a little, okay? So just notice that there's usually one person that feels like, wait, this isn't quite the the Goldilocks experience I was hoping for. Okay, cool. So you're going to come back out, and I'm going to help you adjust these. So that's why we have this little step stool. 1, 2, 3, 4. Still in the vortex. Did everyone sign the waiver? Yes. Thank you. One of those little semantics that I wanted to make sure we got covered. Yeah, so this is a good example of how we can lower the leg loops if for some reason they are too high for someone. The daisy chains have a mark that show the different heights and variations, okay? So I want you to try that, and if we need it lower, then we're going to do that one more time. Back. Both hands grabbing one, and then just lift up, get your foot in there. Hiya! Karate kick it in. It's actually going to be a little easier now that it's lower for you. Good. That looks good. And then this is also a good core workout. So. You can do it. There you go. Yeah. Yeah. Good. We could actually make them higher or lower depending on the flexibility of the person. But right around hip level, or a little higher than hips, is ideal. Would you like yours lower? Are you good?
So when you're in this position, it's about hip height, or when you're?
A little higher than the hips, because see mine are a little bit closer to hip height, but I could actually put them higher or lower depending on what I'm doing. See like now they're she could be a little lower, but she's pretty flexible too. We're gonna slide them onto our ankles now and test out the leg loops on our ankles. Good. And this is usually where we can tell like we might need to adjust them. If they're like as high as Jason's, we might need to bring them one lower. So Jason, would you like to practice lowering your leg loops down one? Awesome. You might need the step stool, and you want to fix that carabiner that's sideways anyhow. Cool. And while he's doing that, we're going to practice doing some winch wiper moves. So we're just going to, yeah, just bring the whole carabiner down one. There you go. Try that. Thank you. Good job. So yeah, so windshield wipering the legs. We're just exploring in the space. We can have shoulders down, right? Slight arch in the back. Hips stay heavy though. Keep your hips down at the same time. So we're rolling the energy back. And then practice with the chillaxin. Elbows out to the side. Here's fast. We'll let Jason get back in, and then we're going to go back to our squat. That's where we're going to watch. Awesome. Cool. That looks better. Thank you, Jason. Okay, cool. So let's get grounded one more time. So exiting one foot at a time. Use your core. The lower back down. And then for this particular sequence, I usually hold on to these and have them be a little bit of a bicep workout. So as I'm pulling down, you can see my heart is lifting. So notice if you don't pull down, people tend to go like this. And we want really nice long necks. So you actually got lucky there. You're having some time. Cool. So yeah, so we want this nice long open front of the spine. So I usually have people engage, right? So we're just going to shift from side to side again, like we were before. We're just going to go a little bit deeper now. So pressing forward, almost coming into a warrior. We can bring our feet a little bit wider, so the knees are happy, making sure they're tracking over the ankles. And then we get a deeper groin stretch that way as well. Good, yeah. Feel free to mosey on off of the red mat if you need more space. Cool. And again, we're just playing with some of the yoga poses. So now we're gonna pop into a warrior two. Cool. And we're just gonna kind of circularly go around, so we're all going in the same direction. Good. There you go. And feel what it feels like. We're just pausing here to notice what it's like to do a warrior with the swing, supporting this. Totally different, yeah? Can you feel the difference in the body, the buoyancy, and the lift as we lower? So just lower a lot. And notice how it takes so much pressure off the legs and the knees. I've had a lot of knee injuries, and I can do lots more poses in yoga than I could previously. So I'm really grateful for the opportunity to